happened in a week.
Yeah.
A lot happened in a week. Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we start. Well, you went to, you didn't go to North Carolina last week. You went the week before, right?
Yeah, the week before. But I mean, you
Still
guys,
there.
I'm looking at your hat. You're 1-1.
Yeah, well, that's part of what happened. Yeah, they looked like crap game one and got killed 9-0, and then yesterday they said, okay, let's play like we got here, and they won 7-3, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I
So they're
wore
1-1 going back to New York.
I wore this one for Maria. Maria and I have been messaging back and forth a little bit.
What's
It's New York. It's New York Jets.
Oh, the Jets. Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Maria.
Sorry, Maria. That's a tough one.
Congratulations on the win. Yeah, it was a tough. The game got ugly towards the very end. Got very ugly. Tons of penalties, both sides, and yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Well, now wait. Now who was she rooting for?
Buffalo. I think
I was going to say because Well, so you wore the Jets. I know we know your story about a Jet fan.
Yeah.
Your mom.
I think
Maria, your mom
Maria.
wasn't colorblind. You would have been a different fan. Who knows?
That's right. Yeah, if only. I believe Maria is a
she's
Buffalo
a Bills fan.
native. She's a Buffalo native, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that, but I know she's a Bills fan. Yeah.
Or she's got family in Buffalo or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, my very good friend of mine is from Utica. He lives in New Jersey now, but he's a huge Bills fan. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's I don't know what to tell you. Your coach gets fired because they suck. I don't understand it.
This is nothing new. It's not like
I know. It's got to be tough.
It's not like it's like. I'm the Patriots and I've just come off of 38 winning seasons in a row. Hint, my son,
Right. No,
we
you're
always
exactly
lose.
right. Because, and even if you're in my position, the Giants suck. But we have these ebbs and flows of being very good, 5-year stints, 6-year stints. I know it seems like an eternity, but they won the Super Bowl 13 years ago. I know 13 is a long time, but when was the last time you guys were in it?
Try 1969.
1969, exactly.
It was 2.
So, yeah, I know. I was 3. But, it is what it is. That's the teams you follow. It's just like any relationship. You take the good and the bad. And, you would love to have a stretch like the Patriots, 20 years of, titles and Super Bowls and everything. But that's a once in a lifetime, man. Probably once in a generation.
I take 1 year.
You know what? I can't say I would do that. Of course I would. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but I would love. I would like see in '86 when the Mets won last. They were good in '85. They were okay in '84. Then of course they won it all in '86. And then for some reason or other, I don't know, ownership decided to trade half of the world championship team away.
Yeah.
In '87 they were okay. In '88 they were good. They played the Dodgers in the NLCS.
Right.
They lost. 89, another tailspin, and then 90 to 98, they sucked. Then 98, they made it to the playoffs against the Braves. They lost to the Braves. 99, they lost the NLCS to the Braves. 2000, they lost the World Series to the Yankees.
Yep.
2001, no good.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
It is.
So anyway, we're rambling about nothing that we have a topic on.
So as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that.
Exactly. Sit on that bench and that's all I got to say about that. That's right.
That's all I got to say.
Let's see what else happened last week. Oh yeah, that's right. We got pummeled with a second hurricane. Forgot about that. That was a fun time. This one was worse than the first one for everybody. Hurricanes are weird, man. They're not, when you live down here, you kind of, I don't want to say you get used to them, but you kind of do. But you still got to prepare and have a game plan and be realistic. Thankfully, everybody on our end is good. Everybody, all my family and friends are good.
Yes.
Some are not so lucky. Some are still underwater. Some are still without power.
That's awful.
Two neighborhoods over from me, they had to rescue 3 families with a boat.
Really?
The was up so high. Yeah, and that's only 2 or 3 neighborhoods. It's not far at all. It's probably 4 miles away.
Jeepers!
And there was some kind of crazy record tornado landing. I mean, there was a tornado every 5 minutes.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So
was that like a 100-year storm?
Sorry if we scared some people from wanting to move to Florida.
Yeah. I was checking on my buddy all the time, though. I'm like, how you doing, man?
I know. And a few others were, too. It's nice that everybody, kind of had some nice things. Hey, you doing okay down there? So that was very nice. It was very cool. Yeah, we're good. Everything's all fine. Job site's not flooded anymore. I'm back to work. Everything here is okay. Few down trees, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So ready to go for our back in action here.
Yeah.
We have, first of all, let me put the old spoiler alert here. We said we're going to be talking about the latest Tulsa King every week, maybe with other subjects, maybe with other things. We'll see. But this will be the topic, and we'll leave that up there the whole time just in case.
Yes.
And this week we have season 2, episode 5, Tilting at Windmills.
Yeah.
Tilting it. And, all right, look.
Frank like a Grillo, Don Quixote reference.
Yeah, exactly, right? Frank Grillo, who plays Bill Bevilacqua, I mean, guy's in great shape, phenomenal shape.
The dude's jacked.
Yeah. Okay, he's all jacked up. But every scene so far in the first 4 episodes, he's been chopping wood. So, yeah. I mean, I understand he's muscular. The ladies probably like the scene, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But doesn't he do anything else? Besides take a phone call from New York and chop wood. That's all I've seen him do so far.
Well, and I'm also thinking because they're he's in
Kansas City.
Kansas City. I mean, kind of warm there, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, so episode 5 opens up with Dwight and his daughter Tina and the kids, the grandsons, touring a school.
Oh boy!
That she really wants him to get in. Now, I know you laughed at this scene because I know I said to Gina, I said, "Oh, I mean, seriously, this is what the world's like."
I'm like, if this isn't a freaking mirror of the day and age and the sign of the times, I was like, this. Oh my god! Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yep, yeah, the basketball game that we don't shoot the basket. We work on passing.
Yeah,
and everybody wins. Everybody gets a trophy. Dwight was having a heart attack. Everything that the teacher said.
Yeah, everybody gets to play Annie.
Yeah. Oh, did you love that? Oh my god. Oh.
I'm like, what?
I lost it when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, what is happening?
I loved his line though. This isn't little orphan Andy.
Yeah. I mean. Everybody gets a chance to play Annie. Everybody passes to each other. Nobody scores.
Yeah.
That's not life, my friend. That is not life.
How do you know who won?
No, everybody wins, Rick. Yeah. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins, yeah.
It's the way it is in life. Everybody wins.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I win every day.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. No, it's all unicorns and rainbows. And
yeah.
It's all hearts and sparkles. Yeah, wait till you get out in the real world, my friend.
Jeez.
But I was a basketball player. So needless to say, Dwight got a little smart and was like, I don't want to embarrass and ruin their chances. And he left. And he went to wait in the car, which is probably best. He does try to talk Tina out of sending the boys there.
Right. Which in hindsight would probably be a good idea, but she's going to do what she wants to do. So.
Yeah, she wants to go to the fancy, prep school, I guess you could call it, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else happened.
Well, you know what? I do have to agree with Dwight. I 100% agree with Dwight. Is that I really firmly believe that the schools, I know this is to an extreme, the show and everything.
Yeah.
But still, in some seriousness of it, going through high school, I don't know what the curriculums are right now, but, to be taught how to, keep a checkbook
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
life lessons and stuff that
No,
you'll
agreed.
use later on in life,
Agreed. Yeah.
rather than some of the stuff.
When we were younger, we got some of that stuff. We got, I don't know about your school. I mean, I remember we had cooking and wood shop, and
Mhm.
we had in the math class we learned how to fill out a check, which I know nobody really uses checks anymore.
Right, right.
But I agree they should teach things, personal finances, credit, teach you about your
Oh my
credit.
God, yeah, that's
You
huge.
know, cooking, I think, should be mandatory. You should take some kind of cooking class.
Yeah,
Everybody should know how to cook for themselves. Yeah, I agree,
yeah.
100%.
I mean, I don't get to mean to get off the subject, but at the same time, though, there's a lot to be learned in that little segment, in that opening scene. If
Yeah,
you really just deep dive into that just a little bit and be like, the stuff that they're teaching now, are these kids getting absolutely everything that they
yeah,
need?
yeah, and that's definitely an answer is no.
Yeah.
Let's see. So after that, I think after that was the part where Mitch and Donnie were in the car dealership. I think that was it when he was showing them the commercials and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so they were talking about a good name for the dealership,
Right,
right? So they
right.
were talking about that.
Yeah, because
They
they were
told
doing. He showed them the new car commercial where he was on the fake horse and he, you want a Maverick, you want a Bronco,
that's the
you
way a
want
lot
a
of those
Jaguar.
commercials. That's the way a lot of those commercials are. They're so corny
Yeah,
and stupid.
yeah,
Let's see what else happened from there. So there, then that's when they went and they briefly showed the sister Joanne is going to now work at the what's
the
the name
weed
of that
bar,
place now? Higher plane or something?
a higher plane or higher, yeah,
Yeah,
higher
something like
place.
that.
The weed bar.
Yeah, exactly. So the sister's going to work there now. She wants to get into this business.
And boy, did she have a great idea. I mean,
Oh, I can't believe they didn't have that
I
idea. I
know,
mean,
right?
how do you not have that idea? I mean, you should just open a 7-Eleven inside the place.
No doubt,
All
no
right.
doubt. They should be like cooking up pizzas and absolutely.
Let's see what else. So that happened there. Then they were going to go on their road trip,
Well,
kind of.
well, Dwight and Tyson were having ice cream.
Yes, that actually, I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot. I thought that was after. You're
That
right.
was a very good scene.
It's a very important scene, I think,
Yes,
in my opinion.
yes,
That can turn Tyson's character in a lot of ways. So needless to say, what Rick's talking about, they were having ice cream, and uh, Tyson was asking Dwight if he is going to retaliate to Bevilacqua for trying to kill him.
right.
And Dwight's like, I killed his right hand made guy. I think I sent my message. We're not doing anything further. And Dwight's right. I mean, even
Hmm.
though he flew off the handle and shouldn't have done it to begin with,
Right.
he did. But he's right. I mean, what more message do you want to send? Now it's really in Bevilacqua's court.
Sure.
But Tyson was saying, no, we need to get violent. We need to go to war. I mean, he was like, he thinks it's the movies.
Yeah, he's ready to go into battle,
Yeah.
and Dwight's like, "You ever killed anybody?" You know, and Tyson says, "No, I haven't." He's like, "Well, it ain't all cracked up supposed to be, it
Yeah.
seems to be. You got to be a psychopath to enjoy it. It's not as much fun as you think it is." And then the statement of, "Well, what do you think I am? Just an innocent bystander in this?" And Dwight's, saying, when he says, "As long as I'm here, yeah, you are."
Yeah.
So like we talked about last week,
Yep.
Dwight taking that fatherly role over Tyson, knowing that Tyson has drifted from his own dad.
Yeah. I agree. 100%. I think that he sees that. I think he has a respect for the father and understands
Mm-hmm.
where he's coming from. And I think he's trying to, even though he's there all the time, I'm not saying he's trying to sway him away from that life, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of. I know he's involved and he's in it. And let's face it, if something happens, he's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's trying to really keep him close to the vest
Right.
So minimal happens. Yeah, but I think, I mean, I'm wondering now after that scene, we had discussed Tyson possibly being the one to pay the brunt of the killing.
Yes.
Are they going to come after somebody like him for to back at Dwight? It's going to be somebody close, I think, because he was his right hand man that he killed. So I don't think it would be Goody. We already had this discussion, but anyway, I'm drifting. But now with that scene, can Tyson maybe? Well, if he's not going to let me in the family, maybe I get it in a family another way. Maybe is he going to be the Benedict Arnold and traitor and go to somebody else? Maybe go to Bevilacqua or maybe go to this or that and try to.
Boy.
I don't know. I mean, that's something I was thinking of, like with him saying that and his face seeing like he's not going to be involved in the real mob life. And then when he this again, we're jumping around, and I apologize. We're not going, minute by minute for the show.
Yeah, but some of it lends to the, what happened in this scene lends to what happened.
Right, and that's exactly where I was going with it.
Yeah,
when he went to get
when he went to get
money from what's his name, and he didn't. Yeah. What's his name? Manny. Right.
Yeah, Armand.
When he went to get money from him, and he was like, "How come Dwight's not asking for it? He sent you, And then he was like, "Look, man, yeah, you may all be all this now, but don't piss him off because you're nothing to him."
Right.
So I'm wondering, like, is that statement the other statement? Is it something that is eventually gonna cause him to defect? See, I don't know. I'm probably like at a 70-30 split on that.
I took it another way because of what happened later on at the wind farm, and I know we're jumping.
Yeah,
I'll jump. Jumping ahead on that, but
yeah,
with what took place at the wind farm, after he was pinned against the car, then Dwight gave him a look or like gave in the bat. Took the bat, put it in the back of that guy, and then all of a sudden Tyson just kind of lost it and, it was going, it was like he finally showed Dwight that he could be a bad guy. I don't know.
Maybe. I think there's a lot more meat to that story than something in passing like that. That's just my opinion. I could be way off. Obviously, I'm not a writer. Like these guys, so let's see. So they went to the wind farm, like you said, because they got the phone call that
well, yeah, because Bodie and I'm not even quite sure of the guy's name.
The Indian guy.
Yeah.
I know. I don't remember his name either.
They were going up to the wind farm to go check things out. And I find it interesting because we brought, this was brought up a few weeks ago, is that the girl with the shaved head,
yeah,
she's becoming a little bit more of a predominant player in the show.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
she's getting a little bit more scene time.
So let's back up a little bit because I'm scrolling through my notes here, and the fight is actually at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So let's see. So let's back up a little bit. So Dwight and Tyson go. It's Manny. Go to visit Manny at the ranch to get money. Manny finds this insulting. He insults Tyson. And then they show Vince has Chicky concerns while Dwight grows closer to Margaret. Like Vince, the guy that called to try to arrange the sit down. I think he's trying to take over the family. I think he's concerned about Chicky.
I agree with you 100%.
And that's where that happened there. Vince tells Chicky they should have a sit down with Dwight and Bevilacqua. And then, of course, he calls Goody to try to make that happen. Let's see here. Oh, that's right.
Okay, real quick. I'm just going to ask you real quick. First thing I want to hear your first opinion. The scene comes down, and it's Vince and it's Chick. Who wins?
Vince and Chicky?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Chicky would win.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted your gut reaction.
I think Chicky would be. Chicky looks like he's been around. He could take the other one, Vince. He looks like just a hothead.
Yeah.
Who has gotten by off of the connections.
Right.
I think when push comes to shove, if he had to really go out battle with somebody, not shooting anybody. I mean, fist to hand.
Right. I think Vince is going to sucker Chicky.
No. I do think that could happen. Oh, is that what you were asking me? Do I think which one?
I didn't phrase it, the best, but I think that Vince is going to somehow sucker punch,
screw over Chicky.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
I
agree with that. You can see that coming.
Which I like Dominic Lombardozzi, so I hope he doesn't go.
No, I don't think he'll go just yet. If at all, if he does go, like gets killed off, I can't see it happen until the end of the season.
Okay.
And into season 3, because he's just such a big name character,
Yeah.
So I
think he'd also be the perfect actor to play the Thing in a Marvel movie,
right? He would, he would. So after that scene, they showed Dwight going to the ranch, and he was going to ask Margaret out, and then Cal Thresher shows up.
Right.
That's when Dwight said he was going to break his effing jaw.
I loved it when he's at the end of their. Well, go ahead, and when you get to that point, I'll say it.
Well, yeah, no, they were definitely going back to back a little bit, and then Margaret came out. And she had the shotgun. She's like, enough, boys. That's it.
And that's where he says, "I love this line. Just a little bit of male pattern badness." Just love it.
Oh man. Let's see. After that, that's when they went on the dinner date. They went to dinner.
Yeah.
And Thresher sent over a $6,000 bottle of. Oh no, he sent over a bottle, but then Dwight ordered the 3 bottles at $6,000 each.
Yeah.
Came around.
Love it.
That's funny. And then the scene over at the wind farm, not windmill. Well, kind of windmill. Let's see. Yeah, Bodie and Jimmy go to the wind farm to check on the repairs of the turbines. And that's when those guys pull up and jump out and start punching and breaking and smashing and whatever. And then Dwight, Goody, Tyson, Mitch, Bigfoot jump in the take off and get over there.
Mm-hmm.
I like Bigfoot, man.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah,
that's a great character.
Yep. Absolutely.
So that's when he was talking to the guy who sent you. Of course, we found out it was Thresher, which there was no doubt in my mind it was about that. I'm just surprised, and I think we said this last week. I'm just surprised at how many big bads there are this season. Like, there's just not, usually in every type of show, there's a good and a bad, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be a secondary bad. But this one's got, the main bad is supposed to be Thresher.
Mm-hmm.
The secondary.
Wouldn't be the main bad be Chicky and gang?
I guess carried over from there. But as far as the season goes, like I said, technically it should be Thresher because he's the one that really, really, and that's my opinion. Everybody has their own or whatever. But
we touched about that last week was Chicky, Thresher, Bevilacqua, and now Jackie is starting to be kind of get more in the mix.
Well, I think he's going to be more in the mix in a lean towards Dwight.
You think so? I think he's out for his own because I don't think Dwight.
Jackie's the leader of the Asian group, right?
And you saw during the dinner date. Was it during the dinner date or was it when they were at the ranch when he was telling her about what they were doing in these they would get in with these drug cartels, and then they would plant their own stuff and then take over from the inside out.
Right.
And he's like, they're mutts. They just come in and they just take over from the inside.
But I think it's going to be more. I mean, he could be against Dwight also. I don't know. That's a wild card right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Bevilacqua obviously is more against Dwight because of what just happened. And also he feels he deserves a cut of Tulsa. Chicky and family are kind of still involved in it because of Bevilacqua now.
Yeah.
Like they kind of really didn't care. He was banished. He was done, and then all of a sudden they wanted a peace. And I don't know. You're right. I mean, it could be Chicky. It could be, but like you said, there's Chicky, there's Bevilacqua, there's Thresher, there's Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
Yeah, they're gonna be coming at him from all angles.
Oh, like I already said, it's not a matter of is it going to happen. I mean, it has to. You can't have it not happen. It's unreal. It'll give you that unrealistic feel of the film or of their show if something doesn't happen. Now, that's not going to be Dwight, probably. I mean, you never know. They could put Dwight in. It's very possible that could happen and not kill him. Not sure. Yeah. I don't know. But maybe something's got to happen. Like they couldn't come off of the. Okay, so what's that?
They said maybe it'll be Bigfoot. That would be a surprise.
I don't think it'd be him. I mean, he's just a big muscle. It would be because you really wouldn't expect it. Because, like I said, I'm thinking it's got to be somebody. Because here's my thought on that. You could always get muscle.
Yeah.
Their loyalty is the dollar.
Yeah.
You can always get muscle. I mean, that's bottom line. You can't get like Goody is proven. He is Dwight's right hand and he's loyal and he's following the code that they swore to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he would be the one you would think, or they're going to go real personal. And, like I said, the sister, I don't think they'll cross the line with the daughter. I don't think that would happen.
No. And
plus, he kind of needs that. If the sister wasn't there, the home life would still be a little different. Like when he got home and the daughter's there with the kids and she's trying to change her life and he's, there would still be that banter. There would still be that, the way they are like in the meeting at the school.
Right.
The sister doesn't need to be there for that.
Right. Right.
I don't know. It could be Mitch. Yeah, it could be.
Hope not.
I don't know. I can't wait till Sunday, though. I know that.
I know. I look forward to Sunday nights. I'm like, we've said this over and over again.
Already. Every single week.
I know. We've said it over and over again. It's like it's just exciting,
I know, but I like it. I like it. You get the anticipation.
Yeah. And what's funny?
To it. Yep. I mean, it's and I also like that you can watch it whenever you want on Sunday. That's one of the cool things.
Well, I was going to say what's funny about it. What's funny about it is like I kind of harken back to the days of growing up, and Happy Days was on Channel 9 at 8:00, followed by Laverne and Shirley, followed by Mork and Mindy. So creature of habit, I don't put on Tulsa King until 8:00. I know I can watch it anytime, but I don't. It's got to be, freaking old school up here, I guess. I don't know.
I watch it. It really depends on, because I do watch the games on Sunday. So it depends on who's playing at what time. Like if the Giants are on at 4:00, I'll watch the Giants. And then I'll watch Tulsa after. And then if the Giants are on at 1:00, I don't watch Tulsa until, like 6 or 7. I try to watch it like right before I go to bed. So
yeah, it's always right after the 4:00 game is when I watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just,
I mean, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, they had that, the when he killed the right hand and they got to set up the next intense episode. So they're working on it. It's getting there. You can tell it's starting to rise.
It's building. It's
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, you can tell.
Oh, can I have to. I just remember this, and I'm going to go off. I'm not even going to left field. I'm going to the freaking bullpen on this one. Okay,
Going to
so
the parking lot.
I'm going to the next stadium on this one. So we don't watch a lot of TV. Okay, per se.
You don't? Is that what you said?
We do not. Deb and I
Okay.
do not watch a lot of TV, but there
Okay.
is a show that we've been trying to. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But anyhow, whatever the name of this show is, and it's a good show. It's got an Olsen girl.
You got to see it. It's great.
It's a great show. I'll think of it. Is there more commercials than there is actual show on TV now?
Don't even get me started.
Is this a thing? Because I mean, seriously, we do not watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
But we kind of got hooked on the show about this girl who was a maid, and now she's helping the cops solve crimes, and something like that.
I don't even get me started on that because I don't watch much live TV.
It's awful. It is awful.
I watch a lot of the only live TV I watch sporting events. It's the only live TV I watch.
Tony, it's terrible. It was like 15 minutes of the show.
There's like
45 minutes of freaking commercials.
I believe it. I know. It's like 15, 20 commercials.
And you know what?
Out of the 15, 20 commercials, 17 of them are for some crazy drug.
Thank you. I was just going to say that.
And everybody's running around flying kites, but side effects are your face will explode and you will have constant diarrhea.
Yeah.
But you'll have clear skin from your eczema, though. That'll go away.
And then now the other half of them are all politicians saying, "Vote for me."
Well, yeah, that's going to happen.
Free.
November comes, they're gone. So,
that's
God. Yeah, the drug commercials, they got to go. I mean, I'm done with that. There's so many of them.
Sorry,
everybody's always doing something. They're like a fair. They're swimming. They're jogging. Like the one is for some kind of diabetes or weight loss, and all these people are like in the store looking at stuff. And then they walk out into the street and they're all like walking together out into the street, this big mob of people. And like, who just walks out of a store and goes into the, like, I cannot stand it. Don't even get me going.
Yeah.
Got me all worked up now.
I had to get it off my chest. I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I ever think about this, I'm definitely got to go on a tangent because I can't stand it. I just can't. I hit the mute button. They're all singing.
They're all happy. Yeah, they're all happy. They're all singing. Yeah. You'll grow a thumb out of your ear. Yeah, it's okay though.
I'm sitting.
I can breathe
in a bathtub by a lake. Yeah.
Oh, God, it's just ridiculous.
I can't.
Utterly ridiculous.
But again, to bring it full circle back to watching Tulsa King commercial free. Love it.
Oh, I know.
Love it.
I get so spoiled. I get so spoiled watching. All right, what is going on right now? My computer's freaking out. I'm so spoiled with watching things because you can get Netflix and all these other ones cheaper if you pay for. Like I pay to have no commercials, and I don't know. It's like $4 or something like that. Whatever it is. My Amazon $3. So I don't care. I don't care. I'll be happy to pay.
Yeah.
No.
How many drugs are you going to try and sell me in an hour?
God, the thing that really gets me about the drug commercials, it's not like I can go to the pharmacy and just get it. I need to go to a doctor and get a prescription. It's not like there's commercials for stuff that I could just go buy. I can go to my grocery store, go to the pharmacy section, get this. The commercial said this will work. I don't understand. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, everybody.
No, don't. I know. This is a little therapy for us too, guys. You got to understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's cathartic.
Capiche.
All right. So anyway, the second part of our show, we said we're going to start doing some more backstories.
Commercial free.
This commercial-free backstories. That is good. Commercial-free backstories. And this week we are doing, and speaking of Maria guessed this one too. I'll tell you in a second how that happened. We're going to do this week Apollo Creed. backstory on Apollo. She had messaged us and said, the show is great. We always make her laugh. And thank you very much for that, Maria. We always appreciate your kind words and your support. Yes. You may be our only fan, but we love you. But she said, I love the backstories. I would love to see you do Apollo. So I messaged her. I said, that's on the next episode. Shh. So she can sit back and enjoy this. You want to go? Go ahead and go first.
Okay.
I always like yours anyway.
I like yours, so I mean,
yeah, sometimes they're okay.
Nice. Jeez. Okay. I'll just blow through mine and then we'll do yours. How's that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So Apollo. His dad was a middleweight boxer with a decent record and made a decent living doing it. He never made a big name for himself, but he was in and out of the ranks but he never won any titles.
Okay.
Apollo's mom was a secretary for a company and a long time supporter of her husband's dream of being a professional boxer and always had his back on that.
Okay.
Apollo was born and was raised and trained boxing lessons by his dad, and he loved it from an early age. So as Apollo was growing up, his dad was showing things, and Apollo just fell in love with the sport. Apollo had an undefeated amateur record and went pro at 19 years old. While working his way up through the ranks, flyweight, middleweight, to eventually heavyweight. I guess I didn't finish my sentence on that.
You said no commercials.
Yeah. He was working his way up through the ranks of flyweight, middleweight, and to eventually heavyweight. Period.
There you go. Brings us to him being the champion, Rocky. There you are.
Yeah. Well, almost.
Okay.
Almost. I got to get someone who can learn to read my writing.
See, that's why I type mine in my notes app on the phone.
This is awful. During times of travel, he met and married Marianne, who then became his wife, and they had 2 kids, a boy and a girl, who renamed nameless, as we know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they could be anything. You never know.
Right. We know that they ran through the living room once.
The only time you ever saw them.
That was it. Upon winning the heavyweight championship on a trip he went on to win the heavyweight championship belt, and on a trip to defend it, he meets up with a woman and has an affair with her, but never sees her again. Defeating everyone in his path, no one wants to fight him, and when he gets an opponent to finally fight him, the opponent gets hurt and can't fight. And at this time, Apollo comes up with the idea of fighting a local unknown and giving him a shot.
There you go. Cool.
So
that was it's not even closely similar to mine, but but that's usually par for the course.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is Apollo's parents, the dad and the mom owned the boxing gym in LA.
Okay.
The mother was the secretary and the paperwork and the numbers part of it. And obviously the father was running the gym, kind of a Mickey type of character. He was an amateur boxer, never really went anywhere, loved the sport, winds up buying this gym. His name is Zeus, by the way, Apollo's father.
Oh, I like it.
That's pretty appropriate.
I do like that.
Okay, he hires a manager to run the gym with him because he has much more boxing training than he does, by the name of Tony Duke Evers.
Oh, wow. I missed that.
And
Woo.
yeah, well, the key word to what got me doing this storyline was in Rocky IV. When Apollo died, it was like part of me died.
Yeah.
He was like my son. I helped
Oh,
raise
yeah.
him.
Boy,
So
I
you
missed
get where
that.
I'm going with this one.
Yeah.
So as we know from the gym in Rocky III, it's not in the best of neighborhoods. And one day somebody comes in and tries to rob the place and kills the parents.
Ooh.
Gunshots kills the parents. Duke is there for Apollo at the ripe
Wow.
age of like 13, uh, and tries to help him not go down the wrong path in that neighborhood, not to be, I want to get back at this guy and shoot him. He tries to keep him on the right path and teach him boxing and get him into that. Teaches him boxing, gets him signed up for Golden Gloves. He winds up beating people like a machine. Nobody can stand in his path. So Duke finally starts getting him bigger and bigger fights. And they go out to New York to some fights and go out to Vegas for some fights. And similar to your story, where he's running out of opponents. And he finally says, well, you know what? I'm going to fight one more guy and I'm going to call it a career and just run the gym with you. And we'll get some more kids coming up and out. And then that led us to the Rocky, where he was going to fight Mackley Green, but the guy broke his hand. And then he fights Rocky. He was going to retire, obviously, but the way Rocky beat him, he couldn't and went into Rocky 2. So, but yeah, that was what I thought the backstory would be for him, was that he was raised by Duke. Well, Duke said I helped raise him. So that's why I didn't want it to be like he was an orphan in a orphanage and Duke, he was boxing or something. I was going along the ways where he had parents, they were good to him, and Duke was friends with them. So he was helping raise them. And then, of course, when the parents got killed, he took them in as his own.
Sure. You know what? Our stories aren't, perfectly aligned, but boy, would they mesh if you think about it. You tweak a little mine, tweak a little yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all together, that'd make one hell of a story if you put it all together.
Yeah.
Minus his parents, like I said, you said they were killed later on in life, and I never went down that road. So if we were to say like the mom was the secretary for a company, so the mom was the secretary for the boxing, for the always supported her husband's dream, and Apollo was Apollo was born and then raised and trained by lessons of his dad. Insert what you said with
Duke.
With Duke.
Well, the reason why I killed the parents is because of that line in Rocky IV where Duke said I helped raise him.
Right.
I really don't think you could help raise anybody if the parents are still around.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could really,
Sure.
You could kind of offer life advice along with boxing advice. But I just thought it would have been, he would have had to get closer and been more of the father figure that he seemed to be in IV when he was killed.
But boy, our stories could definitely.
Yeah. I would love to see a prequel of Apollo or any of them, like we discussed already.
Oh my God.
See him come up in the streets of LA and he's, I could picture him being, mouthy and cocky in high school or in middle school. And he's not a bully, but he mouths off a lot. So people don't like that. So when the bigger guys come over, he's quick with his hands and he's, and putting them down. They're like, oh man, this kid's mouthy, but he could fight too. Jesus, let's stay away from him.
Yeah.
And I could see him being a ladies' man when he gets a little older in high school or early 20s. Good looking and charismatic, and it's. I could see that happening. I mean, it'd be a cool storyline.
I wonder why. No, I mean, they did Creed with, with Donnie, right?
Right.
But there's so much more there, and it's just like, do they just think it's just tired and old and exhausted, and no one cares? But there are all these backstories. that you could actually make a movie or a TV series out of,
I
like an
was thinking,
Apollo
I was
or
thinking
a Drago.
the other day I was thinking of, I saw a commercial for a show and I don't know what the show was, but it had like, 6 episodes or whatever it was. And it was a crime show, but each episode was a different story.
Mm-hmm.
It was a standalone story. So it wasn't like you had to watch any of them together.
Right.
And I was thinking like that would be a great thing to do as an anthology series, to be the prequels or backstories to a lot of these Rocky Land people. Episode 1 is Apollo, episode 2 is Paulie, so forth, so on, however you wanted to do it. And you could watch them individually or you could watch them the whole series, and they don't have to mesh.
Yeah.
They end where the next step is meeting Rocky. Right.
Rocky picks starts.
Right. Where you know where that goes then.
Yeah.
And I just thought that would be a cool way to do it because it would be cheaper, obviously, to do it that way.
It's an amazing idea. It's an amazing idea.
Have some kind of Rocky Land anthology series, kind of like, I don't know, I guess like Twilight. Remember Twilight Zone was like that. Like each show was its own show.
Yeah.
Like you didn't really have to watch any of them.
Right.
And then you could insert, most of these shows are 13 episodes. So, you figure Apollo, Paulie, Adrian, Drago, we could keep going. I mean, you could do Thunderlips if you wanted. You could do, obviously Rocky needs to have his own backstory. We only meet him at 29.
Yeah.
Mickey, I know Mickey kind of told us his backstory, but still you can elaborate more on that. So you got 7 right there, and then you could do, just pick 3 of the Gazzo, like we already discussed.
Duke,
Duke, that'd be a great backstory where how he
Tommy,
came into his life.
If we wanted to do Tommy,
yeah, I mean, you could do Tommy. Exactly. I mean, you could keep, that's right there. That's 10 right there.
Yeah. And there's more. Little
and you could even do like
Little Marie, there's
good. I mean, some of them it might be a stretch. Like you really couldn't do Robert, because I mean Robert was a young boy in Rocky 5, and then he was a young man in Balboa. So like that in between, it really wouldn't probably have much meat to it to really warrant a story of, after Rocky 5 and before Balboa. I mean, he was 12 there or something. And in Balboa, he's like 21, 22.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's about a 10-year gap.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what would he be doing? He went to school, went to college, and you're assuming he went to college. I mean, he has a business, job in financial business, and
sure.
Rocky never said, or nobody ever said he went to college, but hanging out with some white collar guys and working at that place, you have to assume.
Right.
But it would be interesting to see like where like they could show Rocky every time he's walking and he's with his son. Let's go to the park and we'll throw the ball around, or let's just go for a jog, or let's go watch a baseball game. And everywhere he's going, hey, Rock, yo, Rock, and it's like, he doesn't ever feel like he has that alone time with his dad,
Sure.
And that's obviously what he talks about in Balboa, cast a big shadow. But yeah, I mean, there are people that have a lot more talent, a lot more money than I do that could come up with all this stuff.
Well, but like I said, the question in my mind is it something like where Sly said before when he pitched Balboa?
Yeah,
everyone's like, no, that's tired.
Yeah, but you want to know something? I think last year's Rocky Day with 2,000 people at the steps and, the shop being there, I think that's proof that it's not enough.
No,
I think so. Not just
that's
saying
my point.
I'm not saying it because I'm a huge fan. I'm just saying, every year there's thousands and thousands that do the Rocky run.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, we already discussed this. I would think it's safe to say 50% do it because it's a run. Those are people that just, no matter what the theme is, they're going to go do their 5K or their 10-mile or their half marathon, whatever. But still, that's still thousands and thousands of people that are doing it because it's Rocky.
And anytime something new comes out, because you always, you see the same crap all the time, right? You go on eBay or in Instagram, and you're just seeing the same thing over. So I haven't really been on the gram in a while because it's, it's like, it's kind of like watching or listening to the radio. So you're like,
Yep. No, I know.
Like, what do you need announcers for? You're playing the same song every hour.
I know.
So, I'm like, I'll give it a break for a while, and then I'll go back on and see if there's something new. Well, I did see something new, which really caught my attention. And I know this is probably not, it's probably full power or whatever, but there's this guy out there. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
He's watching that TV show you don't know.
Yeah, he's watching that TV show I don't know. He does fake Rocky comic books.
Oh, really?
Have you seen those?
No.
Oh my God. I mean, he's not making the comic books, but he's like illustrating the covers for these.
Okay.
And they are simply, hands down, amazing.
Wow.
I will send you the link.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
If I think about it, I could probably find it here real quick if you want to talk about something while I'm looking.
We're just going to wrap it up at this point. We're closing in on an hour. Maria's probably bored. She wants to go home.
Yeah.
Our only viewer.
Yeah.
Actually, we've had a lot. The last couple, we had 134 and then 100 and something.
Yeah, we've been doing.
I don't know if Tulsa King has got their attention or not, but.
Okay, so I'm going to send you this, but I'm also, I do not. So this is one of the covers he did. Now this is for Balboa. His name is Dave Santia, Santia. Sorry if I misspelled that or mispronounced that.
I'm not going to be able to see it very well, but you could try.
Fake cover of Rocky comic book series, issue 24.
Okay.
Oh,
I can see it. It's when he's got the robe at the end.
Yeah,
I can see it. That's cool.
And he does them from the very beginning, from Rocky all the way through. And his covers,
like you said, I think there's still interest. No matter what the age. Like I said, you saw how many young people were at Rocky Day. You saw how many young people do the Rocky Run. Creed being successful. That was a younger generation. And yeah, they may not, their Creed to them is the bigger character, Adonis. But I do think that some of them, look, let's just face facts. I mean, when we were younger, okay, did everybody and their brother run around and everybody loved Rocky and stuff like that? I mean, yeah, you liked the movie. A lot of people liked it. But then there was people like us that kind of went in a different direction where it became what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same for any of them, Star Wars or Back to the Future or whatever it may be. I think there's that group of people that just love it. And there's a reason why they love it. And then, the younger people will start, it'll happen. Bottom line answer to your question is I think there's plenty of people that are still interested in other storylines.
Yeah, I do too.
So
I think there's
we'll see.
A lot of room out there to bring more stuff.
Oh yeah. All righty, my friend. Well, this was a good one.
Yeah.
Next week we're doing the same thing. We'll be talking about season 2, episode 6. See what happens on that. And not sure about the backstory yet. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see about the backstory. We'll pick out some.
Give us throw some ideas.
Yeah, I know.
Some ideas.
And hopefully, let me think about this though. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So next episode, if I'm wearing this hat, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
that means they won. That means they won the series. So
then I
don't have the hat on, it'd be a little bit sad. But
I will have my Mets hat on for us as well.
All right.
I can find it. I had it on the other day.
All righty, my friend. We'll see everybody next week. Thanks for watching.
Take care, everybody.